live. What's
What
up? Hi.
what is up, my boy?
Not much, brother. Glad to do another episode. Honestly, once again, the best reptile show I've ever done, and I love the conversations we have on here, and it's controversial, and we got some good ones today. We got some good ones.
That's what's up, man. That's what it's about, man. Hopping on, enjoying, just the hobby as a whole and talking about what's going on. And I know you wanted to talk about some stuff, man. So let's talk about rats, man. I know you were real interested in talking about rats. So let's talk about those.
Yeah, we'll start with the slower, smaller stuff first, and I agree. So, there's a huge thing, and there really is. I mean, some people would say it's not, but it kind of is. Like, so some people feed their rats like Missouri, right? Some people do cat food, some people do dog food.
I
As for
just
me,
started doing dog food. I used to do rat food, but I'm not doing that shit no more. Because when I go to PetSmart because it's like right next to my house. I get a bag of rat food for $8, but I can get a bag of dog food for $25, and it's triple the size and lasts a lot longer. So I actually just recently stopped doing rat food myself, and
yeah.
I'm doing dog food. Is that bad? Because I don't know.
No, honestly, I do dog food. So I was on Missouri for a while, but it was actually Madman Serpents. He was like, "Yo, hey, dude, your rat's doing well." I'm like, "Yeah." When I first started breeding him, and he was like, "Trust me, just try dog food." And he told me to go buy the doggy bag. And I mean, I've heard people say that's bad for your rats. Like, you got to make sure the proteins, everything is right in there, and all this other stuff. And I've had great success, bro. My rat breeding has gone up a lot. Some people once again, I've seen people do cat food. I've seen people do Missouri and dog food, not mixed, of course, but like, but I do dog food. I the poops are a little bit weird when it comes to it, but hey, you know what I'm saying?
The food is one thing, but let's if we're gonna talk about rats, let's dive deeper into rats. If we're gonna talk about rats, let's go deeper in. If you're a rat breeder, and if you're here in the show, comment what you breed. Are you breeding regular rats? Are you breeding ASFs, and why? And what's the difference? What are you breeding right now, BPO?
Rats. I can't have ASFs in Nevada, but ASFs have more protein and like double everything compared to
But
a rat, even though the rat gets bigger.
but is that a proven fact? Is more protein? How do you know there's more protein in the ASF than it is in a rat?
From just
Right.
research, I mean, I can't really prove it's not like I've
Unacceptable.
eaten a
Unacceptable.
rat.
How do you know? You have to know. Like if you tell me, Derek, the sky is blue, I can go outside and I can say, you goddamn right, the sky is blue. You just told me there's more protein in an ASF versus a rat. How do you know that? And
I can't
you have to
get
be able to
so
prove it.
yeah, that's the hard part is proving it because um, once again, it goes deep into it. I just know from what research I have read that ASFs are better for your ball pythons, just because
But
also
why?
they're more It's natural for that's what they have in the wild over there. Um, I don't know if it's just because of that reason, but it makes me harder to believe that the ASF does have more protein and stuff in it because the rats do get bigger. So you think if you feed a slightly bigger rat than an ASF, then rats have more fat. Rats have more fat. Thank you, Bosa. What's up,
What did Bosa,
Enforcer?
what did Bosa say?
He said rats have more fat.
But isn't that good though? To get big healthy plump rats produce great babies, right?
Yeah, but I guess you would kind of look at it like this. When you go out and you order a steak, do you want that steak to be more meat or more fat?
If I'm feeding it to my snake, I just want it to be healthy.
Correct. I honestly think rats are easier, just because. I mean, then again, I don't know. I don't have ASFs. Not allowed to have them. So, um, from what I read, though, everyone says that there's more, like he's saying, more fat on the rats and more like meat on the ASFs. But honestly, rats do it. I mean, as long as you're not doing mice. I mean, nothing wrong with mice. It's just full-grown females. That's a lot of feedings to give them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to keep tossing in like 4 or 5 mice to when you could do one good size ASF or one good size rat, medium or small. And
That's great, but what line, what side are you on? Are you on the rat side or the ASF side?
rats.
Why? If you just said, if you could breed ASFs and you could breed them, why wouldn't you breed ASFs if they're better for your snake?
So I don't want to breed ASFs, even if they are like slightly better for my snakes, because I mean I've heard the horror stories from plenty of people in the reptile. Like they're mean, dude. They are like straight up carnivores. It's like it's not like a rat. Like so with my rats, I could go in there, I clean them out. The pinkies are in there. I'm able to take them out, put them back in. They don't eat them, but like I've heard stories where the ASFs will go and eat the one that you touched if you put it back.
Okay. No, since we we on the rat topic, currently right now, because I don't have a lot of snakes I'm breeding rats. I don't think I would ever breed ASFs because I think that they're too small. And I've had ASFs because I just went to a reptile expo a couple weeks ago, and I purchased them. I was just dissatisfied with them, and I'll tell you why. I think that my snake had a easier time eating the rats. I noticed that the arms folded down a lot easier when my corn snake, and you're right, they're a lot more aggressive. Like my rats, my corn snake can get my rats very easy. I put an ASF in there and it was trying to fight back, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like it almost bit my snakes, and I think that kind of scared me. And then on top of, like I said, I mean, I get it if people say that they're better for your snake. I think I still would be on the rat side for the simple fact when I gave my snake an ASF, I know that this ASF really was vicious and I almost got a hold of my snake, which scared me. And then when it it constricted the ASF, I noticed that it had a hard time swallowing it, and it wasn't a big ASF because ASFs are small. I gave it the ASF, but the arms, when it was trying to swallow it, it couldn't fold the arms down for some reason. And I did it multiple times, and it had that problem with each ASF. So I just said, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna go down that road of ASFs. It looks like Bosa though is team ASF. Are you team ASF, Bosa?
I think he is because he said ASFs first. Yes, but I'm team rats. I mean, rats to me, they do the job. David predict 49er Super Bowl. I predict 49. Oh, really? All right. I like that. I like that. Sorry, not to get into sports, but thank you. I please.
What are you talking about?
But the 49ers made it to the Super Bowl.
This is not a sports
I know,
show.
I know. That's why I said it, and I was like, thank you, but we're not going to talk about that here. We're talking about reptiles, but honestly, like I said, as long as you're doing ASFs or rats, that's great. Because once again, if
let's you said you're team rats, I'm team rats. No disrespect to the people that are team ASF, but let's dive into the rat subject even more. Let's get even more controversial with it. So currently, right now, I have upwards of 10 plus snakes in my breeding. My breeding colony. I have one. I'm running right now 1 male to 6 females. What are you running right now in your rat colony?
So so each one is different. On the top one, I have 1 male to 5 females. On the second one, I have 1 male to 4 females. The bottom one, I have 1 male to 7 females. And then my other one has 2 males to 6 females. No fighting, dude. They've been in with there for a while. And
approximately how many males, how many females? Approximately. Just estimate.
I would say 5 to 1, 6 to 1, somewhere around there.
No, like number wise, like you got 7 males and 30 females. How many do you got extra? I want you to give me a number. Just estimate.
I want to say just the breeders or the ones I'm feeding to?
Just the breeders.
I want to say about like 9 males and 25 females, 30 females, around there.
So you got about 9 males and you said 25. We'll say 25 or 30 females. So my question to you is, since you're breeding on a higher scale than me, what's your feelings about companies like Cold Blooded? And this ain't a diss towards them, but these companies that are feeder companies that they breed on high high levels and kill every rat in that building that's born. Like gassing these bitches like the fucking Jews and the fucking Nazis. What's your take on it? Gassing them bitches like, by the thousands.
So I mean, I'm honestly totally against this is why I've never done it yet. And everyone's like, "Oh, you should start freezing your rats. You never know when something's going to happen. They die off. You know, the disease happens. Whatever." I refuse to do the frozen thawed, especially because when you do frozen thawed and you freeze them off, the rats especially lose a lot of the fat content when you freeze them. So when you pick up a frozen thawed rat,
Can't say
it
that
looks
though without proof. You
skinnier.
got proof?
Yeah, I mean you could prove it. Like go and look at a frozen thawed medium rat. You're gonna see that its stomach is more sucked in when a live one is more bulged out. You see what I'm saying? So like when you freeze it, it actually and everyone in the comments, please tell me if I'm correct. But when you freeze them, they lose a good portion of that fat concentrate.
Okay.
Like I'm not saying frozen thaw is bad, but I feel like that extra fat does a lot for your snakes.
But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the companies. What's your take on the companies that are killing thousands? Like you breeding, you know, like I'm breeding, I might get 6 litters every 2 weeks.
Okay, so like you said, no disrespect to them. I mean, I totally get it, but I don't get it. I do, but I don't. And here's why. Yeah, I mean, I get it because not everyone wants to. Some people will just have like 1 or 2 snakes, you know. Some people want to just go down that frozen route, and like that's what they do. They do a lot of like they freeze them off, they sell them to people, and I understand that. But at the same time, why? Why? When you could just go on your devil book or Facebook, whatever you want to call it, you could go on your Instagram, you could find people locally near you that breed live rats. I mean, it's not really hard to find people that do it. But it's like, for me, when I feel like it's a lack for breeders that do that. It's a lack of like feeding your snake. Like you're not, I mean, like what I'm trying to say is like feeding them a frozen thawed, right? So like all these companies that do it, like no knock on them, but it's pretty stupid in my opinion.
You know what? I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. So shout out to Rodent, like Rodent Pro. They get this warehouse, they get this building, they breed rats and mice on a massive scale. They kill millions of them, and they ship them out all across the country. Shout out to Rodent Pro. I believe that they sponsor Nerd, if I'm not mistaken, because it's like every video we're sponsored by Rodent Pro. That's another reason Kevin, don't like live feedings, because he's sponsored by a frozen thaw company. I think that we need Rodent Pro because it almost makes live feeding look more humane. Does that make sense?
No.
I'm gonna tell you. No.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. Let me explain to you what I'm saying. We feed live. In nature, snakes do that. The snakes get their prey. They dispatch them within. My snake can take down a mouse, even a rat. And I got too many videos in my phone right now I didn't even put out yet. I fed my king snake last night. Took a mouse down to 2 minutes. It's natural. It's what the snake is born to do. The rat understands, okay, I'm prey. I got caught. It is what it is. How long does it take, scientifically, do you think, for those mice to die while they're being gassed?
5 minutes. Sometimes they have to put them in twice for another 5 minutes.
So I think that, when it comes to the argument of live feeding, I think that what we're doing is a little more humane, because it's like I could feed this mouse to my snake, and it's gone within a minute or two. Or do I want to go over here? I could put a mouse. I don't have gas, but I could put a mouse in a glove and put it in my freezer, and it's probably gonna take that bitch 30 minutes to die. What's more humane?
Honestly, live things are more humane because once again, you're putting that rat or ASF or mouse inside of a freezer, like a box to put nitro. Can't think of the name right now, but You're freezing it to death, right? But at the same time, it doesn't always work the first time around, and you have to do it for 5 minutes. Like you said, it's more humane for your snake to do it live because it kills it way quicker. Like you're not. Why make the rat suffer even more when it's going to go the same way anyway? So give it a quicker death and don't freeze it. Just let it do it live. Let it constrict its prey. Same with venomous. Like frozen thawed to venomous, I disagree, man. I totally disagree with that shit too. Like if you, no matter what kind of reptile you got, unless once again it goes to another route. Now, if I have a monitor, I'm not feeding that thing any kind of live feedings, especially if I had like an Asian water monitor, because I don't want to make movement into food. That's something different.
Yeah.
But when a snake, no, live feed it. That's my personal opinion. Doing these frozen thawed and freezing it is horrible for the rat. You're making more pain and suffering for that creature.
I think, like I said, I think that, you know, it's good that those companies exist for the people that don't want to do live feedings. But I think that they, you know, I think that right now, because I do live feedings. I think that if I took down my live feedings on my YouTube and we were to do a walkthrough at Rodent Pro and show how these rats are being gassed, I think that people will be appalled. It's almost like the people that eat McDonald's. No, we love McDonald's. But if I show you what they do in a slaughterhouse, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? You probably might not start eating McDonald's, but you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I don't want to see that. So it's you know, it's a catch-22. We need the companies, you know, for the people that like frozen thawed, but it's just like I'll be wanting to tell people like, "Yeah, I do live feedings, but do you really want me to show you what goes on in these warehouses where they, you know, they are gassing rats?" I don't know. It's catch-22, man. So I think that they're needed, but I think it is kind of fucked up.
I think it's needed too, especially for the ones like, and here's why I say it is needed. Is like, let's just say there's some people out there that only have like 2 or 3 or even 20 ball pythons, but yet they can't actually physically have rodents where they live. And if they do, they can lose their place. So I totally get the aspect of it. But if you could breed your own, do it.
Do live. Don't do
yes. Don't do frozen thawed.
If you do, you're supporting the gassing of a million innocent rats, and you're a fucking monster. No, I'm just kidding. I sound like a commercial, don't I?
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good.
If you do frozen thawed, you're supporting the gassing of a billion rats. You're a fucking monster. I'm gonna look on Nerd's channel next week, and I'm gonna be in the video. Look what you said.
Shit. I mean, it's true though. Like, why make that rodent, regardless of what kind of rodent it is? Why make it suffer that much more longer when your snake could kill it much more faster?
I get it, man. Now we got to talk, man. So you know, you are the big ball python guy, man. So have you seen the Dave Kaufman movie, the ball python movie?
No, I didn't even know he made one.
BPL, man.
I'm sorry, bro, but I'm being honest with you. Am I not?
You slipping, dog. So you didn't hear about the movie? Dave Kaufman went to Africa and shot a movie about the ball python and showed how they live in the wild. And I think he even covered ASFs. I don't think he likes ASFs, but I don't know. I've seen the movie. I don't remember all of it, but you got to check it out, man.
Read this comment.
Frozen thawed Nazis. In essence, that's what it is. You know, that's what we're talking about rats. You know, feed them dog food and do live feedings. If you do frozen thaw, you're shit because you're supporting a company that is fucking mass genocide on one species.
Yeah,
that's mass genocide. If I lined up a fucking 100 humans and I gassed all of y'all, I'm going to prison.
Yeah,
but
that's
anyway,
true.
I was talking about the movie. Man, when we get off here, you need to go watch that. Tell your wife I'm giving you an assignment. Tell your wife here because next podcast I want you to tell me if you've seen it. Dave Kaufman. It's I don't know. I think it's called Ball Pythons in the Wild. How awesome is that?
That sounds really badass though, because Kaufman's been everywhere.
He went to Africa and shot an hour-long movie, man, and they were literally catching snakes out in the wild, bro.
That is awesome.
Popping up. Yeah. All right, man. Now I gotta talk, man. I gotta get your take on it, man. And I'm gonna give you my take, and it's probably gonna be controversial. I say what I want. What? Let's talk USARK, man. I want to talk about USARK. So what's your feelings on USARK? Because for a while there, we were making a big push, and now I don't see it as much. I see USARK. I'm not saying I don't see him, but we were making a big push every day. It was USARK, USARK, USARK. What's your feelings about it?
I think it's good to support them. They do fight the battles in court for the reptile people, but I mean, okay, so I mean, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but USARK is also guns and stuff. So I mean, it's not just reptiles.
Yeah.
Um, you got to take the good with the bad. I mean, I'm not saying that there's not bad there, but there has to be. I mean, come on, politics, everything.
Let me rephrase the question, David. When they were talking about the Lasiac bands and USARK was promoting it and talking about it, were you scared?
No.
Why not?
Because I have ball pythons. I don't see them doing that to the ball pythons. That's my personal opinion. You guys could tell me I'm wrong and all that, but I think they're going for the people that don't. Okay, so like the guy that let his cobra got loose and he got fined for all those snakes he wasn't supposed to have. Like that makes other reptile owners and keepers, no matter what kind of reptile you have, look bad. That just trying to explain this the best I can.
Say how you truly feel.
Yeah, no, I feel like USARK has helped a lot of people. They've support a lot of things, but it's not just reptiles. There's other things they support. So, with that being said, should they be supported? Yes. Is what you're donating going to go always to reptiles? No, it's not. It's going to go to guns, other stuff they stick up for. It's other things. So, I mean, some people like here's a good one. Someone's donating USARK, like let's just say $500, right? And they're like, yeah, it's going to the reptiles, and they're going to help defend it. Your $500 might go to them helping gun laws, and you might be against guns. So you got to if you're going to support something, you need to know what you're supporting and what it truly is. If you see what I'm saying.
I think I love your opinion. My opinion is a little different. I think that USARK is a wonderful thing, and I wanted to talk about USARK because somebody hit me up about it the other day, and they said, Derek, in a lot of your podcasts, you never mention USARK, and I said, I'm gonna speak on it today. The Derek, I never see you flash USARK. I say it sometimes. I never have a banner going across the screen, but here's my take on it. I think that USARK is an amazing company. I think that we should support them. But I think that when they were talking about the snakes, I think that we did a great job appealing the Lasiac amendments, but I was never scared. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was never scared.
I kind of had that mentality. If you want to support them, great. But my mentality was I was never scared because I didn't give a fuck. And I'm explaining to you what I mean. I don't give a fuck what a congressman bans. I'm gonna keep it whatever I want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't give two shits, because I understand, and I feel like I understand, and I'm not. And this isn't a dig at USARK. I think that we should support them. They're doing amazing things. But for me, it was a catch-22. For me, it was like, I'm not scared. I'm gonna keep what I want. I don't give a fuck what a lawmaker says, because just because a lawmaker says that people can't have drugs, we still have them, right?
Yeah.
I never was. Oh my god. You never see me in my podcast running around going, oh my god, they're gonna attack. They're gonna, because I felt that fear wasn't gonna get me nowhere. You know what I mean? It was. I'm gonna support them. I'm gonna hope that they win. I'm gonna send a donation and hope that they win. But at the end of the day, I'm keeping my animals. I don't give a fuck what happens. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And it was.
Because what it really comes down to is it goes to a court system, right? And it's politics after that. You can be like, yeah,
So you were never scared that they were going to get rid of all our animals?
I knew they were going to ban, and they did. They banned a few, here and there. And I mean, do I understand it? Do I get it? No. Do they have any right to do that to people that do own those animals as long as they're doing it right? No.
But what animals?
But
Where you at right now? What did they ban specifically?
so, like, let's take Florida, right? Florida was the most hit state, if not one of the most hit states. So, like, when they're like venomous keepers, you talk to Tyler Nolan about this. You talk to Wildlife Chandler. It's harder for people that had the passion that want to do what they do to get into it now because of bad breeders. That's what it really comes down to. But USARK is trying to show, like, hey, there's going to be slip ups and everything, no matter, even if it's not reptiles. There's slips up. People slip up all the damn time.
Yeah,
everything.
Here's the thing, though. Like I said, I love USARK. I love what they're doing. I love that people support them. But I'm more on the fear part of it. I don't give a fuck what the government says. If you slip up and you get caught, that's on you. The government can say I can't keep a tegu, but I'm gonna keep 10 of these bitches because that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I give a fuck what the government said. You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree. I mean, like, if they said, like, you know what, no ball pythons, do you think I'm gonna go sell my collection because they told me no? Like, fuck you. Like, you better come in here and shoot my ass and kill me and take my shit. Because if you're not taking them from me, you touch it. No, it's not going down like that.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, so I guess the consensus on this podcast is, I love you, Sark. If you wanna hit the ground and you want to say you, Sark, every day, I love you for that. Don't bash the people that don't say it every day. If somebody's saying it when they get the chance to say it, kudos to them. I think that USARK is an amazing company, but I just don't. The only thing I didn't like about the Lacey Act when that shit was around is we were scared, and I didn't like that. I'm that motherfucker. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like let's go to war. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna go to war, I want to get behind something. That. Fuck fear. I want to get behind you if you like, fuck them, let's go to war. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Like, fuck
That's
them.
like, okay, this is how it would be.
I could get behind, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
No. So, like, let's just say this. Like, Nevada, you're in Kansas City. Or Kansas, right?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if like everyone was like no reptiles in Kansas, where you live, Kansas City, where the Chiefs play, you're damn right. Like, I would be hitting up people over there. Like, no, I'm gonna help defend the people that have love for what they fucking do. You're not gonna go and be like, oh nope, they can't have that. Well, guess what? You guys fucking rob the people all the fucking time. I'm not saying USARK, but USARK, but like the government itself, like they fuck us all the time, but at the same time, you're not going to take something that I've had for the last, like, what, 5 years? Like, you kiss my ass. Like, get the fuck out of here.
What I'm talking about, I'm not talking about USARK. I'm talking about the fear. When I seen those late the fear component, it just, all that fear just pissed me off. I'm trying to, let me try to reword this. I don't want people to twist my words and be like, well, Derek doesn't support USARK. I'm not saying that. I think that USARK is an amazing company, but when I seen all that Lacey Act shit, the fear just upset me because it was like, I'm not down with the fear. I want these, I'm that motherfucker that's ban what you want. Ban what you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping what I want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see a little more of it, but anyways, man, I wanna go to the next topic, man. Did you see Nerd's new call out?
No, well, you showed it. I got it. If you want me to put it up,
Put it up.
Hopefully, I clicked the right one this time. Could be wrong. Nope. Sorry, that was last time. I gotta delete that one. Was that the last one you sent me, or no?
It's green. This guy says Jacob Fetter.
No. Sorry. Oh, there it is. No, sorry. Yeah. No, that wasn't it either, huh? No, sorry.
There it is.
Yep.
What did you think about this, man? I don't know if you've seen the video. Jacob Fetter caught sticking an arrow in an iguana's head. Take that down.
Honestly, I want to look at that photo just for like 2 more seconds, and this is what I got to say to it. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. Yeah, and honestly, this is more than just them putting an arrow inside of a reptile. This is any fucking animal. Like, unless you're a professional, like going hunting, you don't fucking shoot shit that like. That's like someone coming to my place and be like, "Yeah, I want to shoot one of your fucking ball pythons with an arrow." I'd like to see you fucking try. One of us are gonna get stabbed with that arrow. Like that's a fucked up photo. Like for him to put it on his damn page, like it's like, oh, I'm trying to make shit controversial. You're showing that you don't give a shit about the reptile community. That's what I see.
I think that when that's Nerd's new formula. And again, before we go into this next subject, I want to talk about the last subject because like I said, I don't want people to misconstrue what I was saying. I love USARK. I love what they got going on. I think that they're an amazing company. It just frustrating, and we're talking about it because this is a talk show. I got frustrated when I seen a lot of fear. I wanted people to be like, and I'm not saying I should say frustrated, but I wanted people to be like, fuck it, they're gonna ban what they're gonna ban. I'm keeping what I want. Fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't feel like Congress could ban shit because you could ban something. Doesn't mean I can't go outside and go get 15 more of them. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So again, I want people to understand that this is not a dig at USARK. It's just, I talk about what I've seen this last year and get that message across that Congress can ban whatever they want, but at the end of the day, I don't need somebody to tell me what I can and I can't keep. I'm gonna keep what I want regardless. So, but let's talk about that video with Jacob Fetter. I think that is Nerd's new, that's their new formula. They put out 2 or 3 videos, they get 18,000 views. And you gotta understand, when you have 400,000 subscribers, 18,000 views is nothing. I get 18,000 views. That's nothing. So when you put out 2 or 3 videos and they completely flop, you attack someone. And I'm not saying that it isn't a valid video. I think it is. I think it has some valid points in it, but I do think that it's wrong to show it, and I'm gonna tell you why. At the end of the day, this is the reptile hobby. We won. So when you have somebody that has 400,000 followers and they show a lot of negative shit, people that's not in the reptile hobby see that and they go, well, that's all the reptile keepers are. They're just, that's what they, you know what I mean? I think that bigger keepers gotta be careful what they put, because nerd in that video, they just constantly said, well, Jacob Fetter, he stages a lot of his content. I think Nerd stages a lot of theirs, and I'll show you. Put up a couple of those videos. Look at this thumbnail. Put up the trash one where it's like we found snakes in the trash or whatever. Like this, for instance, disgusting people dump a giant snake in our parking lot. All right, take that down. I think that this is staged. It's nothing for me to. I can go get a box right now and put 4 or 5 snakes in it and put it outside and say, look what somebody put on my doorstep. So I think that ultimately, all content creators stage shit. So I think it's very hypocritical of Nerd to call somebody out for staging an animal rescue. That's what it was. It was Jacob Fetter is saying he skewed this and got the arrow out of this iguana's head, and they called him out on it and said that they staged the video. When in essence, Nerd stages videos too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, okay, everyone should know this by now. If you guys want to go tell them, I don't give a fuck. Nerd deserves a good ass beating, and I'd be love to give it to him. I'd be happy to be the one to give it to him. But I don't respect the guy. I don't like the fucking guy. If he died right now, would I fuck? I think his animals are better off going to somebody else than him having them. Like to do that video, right? Being like, so some disgusting person dropped off this big snake. No one dropped it off. You took one of your big snakes out of its enclosure that you don't show often, and you put it in your parking lot. And you know what? That could have went really south. That could have went south. I mean, shit, it would have been nice. I'm just saying, my point of view. People could hate me for this. Why couldn't he put like a bigger snake out there? I would have loved to see a retech fucking grab and wrap his fucking little bitch ass.
Show that one about the drug dealer. Because like I said, he called out Jacob Fetter for staging
This one?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That was it. I rescued a baby crocodile from a drug dealer's home. And I looked at this video and I watched it. It's the most staged video ever. It literally takes a crocodile out and says, a cop handed me this and said he got it out of a drug dealer's house. It doesn't even seem logical. So I guess just at the end of the day, I don't think Nerd will stop with their call out videos. I think that, like I said, I think that's what they're doing right now. 2 or 3 videos, they flop, then you get a call out video. So it's just like, who do you think they're probably gonna call out next?
Oh, I don't know, but I hope they eventually do me, honestly, because got that shit not go. And I'm not saying it because I'm not, but he likes to bash a lot smaller channels than he does, because when it comes to the bigger channels, he gets put right back in his fucking place. And honestly, he does. Like he'll still run his mouth, but yet he likes to attack the people that are low subscriber count, doesn't have like, oh well, you know, like myself, he bashed you when you were at a lower subscriber count by a lot than he was.
But
you see when,
you know, when he bashed me, I was distraught. I was like, okay, this is the end of my YouTube. I'm never gonna be able to be on YouTube again. And it was almost like when he bashed me, my view count went up. Like, show my views.
I'm going to that right now. I just was reading the comment. I mean, yeah, I was looking at this earlier, and there you go.
We on the verge to hit 13,000 subscribers, and in the last 28 days, we almost got 500,000 views. I wasn't getting nowhere near those views months ago. Nowhere near those views. I mean, we get it just in 1 month, almost 12,000 hours of watch time. That is insane. It's insane.
So this is what I want to say about this. Is that like you said, a few months ago, you were nowhere close near it, right? But he makes the biggest mistake of all, okay? He bashes channels like you, and then people go and check you out thinking you're a bad motherfucker, and then they're like, wow, this guy actually does like a lot of podcasts with a lot of people. He actually takes really good care of his animals. Nerd's just a fucking dumbass. He's just doing it because no one's watching his videos, because no one gives a shit, because all he does, honestly, at the end of the day, like we said earlier, he stages a lot of his stuff. He stages a lot of his fucking videos. And honestly, it's okay, I feel like, sometimes to stage shit, but at the same time, you just make your own fucking content the way you want to fucking make it. You don't have to.
BP, have you ever thought about staging something, going to get a... I mean, I like these bigger creators because they show you these videos that do go viral. Like the videos that Nerd stage, I'm not gonna lie, they went viral. You know, 200,000-300,000 views saying that the snake was found in a box. It's like, fuck. I almost want to go home tomorrow, get a box, and be like, look what somebody dumped on my front porch. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to do the McDonald one, but
no,
that never happened.
I fucking went down. McDonald will sue the fucking pants off me.
But
have you ever thought about
honestly,
doing it?
I haven't staged anything on my channel. It's always live feedings. I just show them, you know, or like the live streams. Like, I haven't staged anything. But have I thought about doing something weird or crazy like that? Not until now.
I mean, and like I said, I know that I watched your podcast with your cousins and your friends, and you were like, you didn't want to get bashed, and it was like, I didn't want to get bashed either. But in the end, it fucking blew my channel up.
Well, yeah, because he makes a mistake. He makes a mistake on bashing other channels. Not saying for all of them, but majority of them, he makes a mistake. People go and check them out, and they're like, wow, this person isn't that bad at all or anything. It's him just putting words in the community, and he thinks, well, since I got all these subscribers, you guys should listen to me. His opinion doesn't mean jack shit. All you're doing is helping out everybody else, and keep doing what you're doing, Nerd, because Honestly, thank you for blowing up Derek.
He did because months ago I was probably getting 50 to 100,000 views a month. When I got attacked, my views shot to four. I was starting to pull 500,000 views every month, and I could go back and show you. I could pull up the receipts. After I got bashed, my views went through the roof, and it was like, oh my god, I could kiss you, Kevin. You know what I mean? And it's just, I think that there is shit that does need to be canceled. For instance, like I asked you, do you think that if we were to attack people, who would you attack? Because so
If I
far,
was gonna,
Donnie's attacked live feeders. Donnie's attacked people that set up, because that's what he went after Jacob for. The gist of the video was this chameleon is not hurt. They staged the stage of fake rescue. So he went after people that stage videos. So if you were going to cancel somebody, do you feel like there is people in the hobby that need to be canceled?
see, that's a tough question. Yes and no.
No, not. I'm gonna tell you why. Give me your response, and I'll tell you mine.
Okay, when it comes to non-venomous, no, I mean, as long as you have a good home for them and all that, that's one thing. But when it comes to venomous and you don't have a license and all, and you're like technically, and you're just keeping them for no fucking reason just to have a channel, that's really fucking retarded in my opinion. Um, like there's people out there. Bring up Jack, Hill Jack. He has venomous, but he knows what he's doing. But then you have this kid that loses his fucking cobra because he wants to take photos of it outside, but yet he's not even supposed to have this shit. I'm like, dude, you're the one that's fucking up everybody. You're the one that should be going.
So you cancel the guy that lost his cobra?
Fucking A, dude. What if it killed the kid? What if that cobra would have killed the kid?
I don't know if I would cancel him, though. I wouldn't cancel him. I disagree. I'm gonna tell you who I would cancel. If I was to step into nerd shoes, and I was actually going to say, you know what, I am I'm the pet. I'm the reptile watcher. If I was going to make attack videos, you know who I would make attack videos on? I would make attack videos on. If I watch your video and I see your snake is infested with mites, okay, I'm dropping an attack video in your class. If I watch your video and I see bad husbandry, your snake has respiratory infection, mouth rot, the fucking cage is dirty as fuck, I'm attacking. Yeah, I would attack you, but as far as everybody else, and I'll tell you why I want to attack the guy that lost the cobra. For one, he reported it and he didn't have to. That's it right there. That's the big thing. He could have said, I lost it, fuck it, good luck finding it. And nobody would have found it. Kid could have got hurt. But he reported it. At the end of the day, he reported it. And
I give him that.
And I'll tell you another reason I won't cancel him. For the simple fact, shit happens. Shit happens. No matter what, tomorrow for you fucking cut your finger off. Shit happens. It can happen to any of us. I've lost snakes before. I lost my very first snake. I lost that bitch. Lost it. Because I didn't know what I was doing. So at the end of the day, I think that, shit happens. Like I said, with the Cobra guy, I think that for venomous, I think that Florida is on the right track. I think that you should have a permit, like how Tyler Nolan is doing Pepe and making him go through training. But as far as like canceling keepers, I don't think keepers should be canceled. The only keepers that I think should be canceled is, like I said, if your animals are sick, fucked up, then yeah, you should be canceled. But at the end of the day, if you're just going around, I think that nerd has turned into a bully. And I'm not mad at him because honestly, it's kind of entertaining.
Honestly, like for me, it's different, dude. If you like, for the guy that reported it, that's one thing. But the dude in Texas that lost his cobra never reported it. They found out like he lost it, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, like those are the keepers that shouldn't have venomous. Like have a fucking constrictor. Like have something else. Don't have something that could kill your neighbor or if you're gonna have venomous, at least have the I'm not saying you should. Not everyone's gonna be able to go do proper training, but at least know what the fuck you're getting yourself into and be like, oh shit, it got away from me. Like, yeah. I mean, if I got a monocle cobra and I took it outside and like it turned around and like struck at me and hissed. And like for some stupid reason, this would never happen though. I was like, oh my god, and I fell back and got scared, and it got away from me. I from that moment on, I don't think I should ever have a venomous snake in my life. That's how I look at it.
I agree. I agree. So, man, we touched based on nerd, and I think that at the end of the day, I think that Donnie is. I get that they attacked me, and I got mixed feelings about it. At first, I was mad, but then it was just like, you know what, this has helped my channel a lot, and at the end of the day, Donnie's gonna do what he's got to do to get views. He don't give a fuck who he steps on. He's gonna put content that he knows will get views. So it's kind of like, you know, I watch him to be entertained. I laugh, but at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. He attacked Jacob Fetter. Do I think that Jacob Fetter will stop making videos? Nope. Probably gonna go out and rescue the Guano tomorrow with an arrow in his head just to spite nerd. It's almost like they add fuel to the fire because it's a dying channel. They don't really get a lot of views on their educational videos. So I don't know.
Because he's not that educated. As much as he claims, no, he claims, and this is what we could go over everything about nerd, but the surgery shit, him doing the bashing and all this, shows that he doesn't care about the reptile community. And honestly, it shows that if he was really educated, right, like Dave Kaufman and other people, like, don't you think they'd be getting as many views as those guys being like, yeah, wow, this guy, he's been around the world. He knows what he's talking about. No, you're staging a video of you putting a fucking snake in your parking lot and being like, some disgusting fucking person dropped this off and, oh, this is what people do in the reptile community. They don't care. No, they do care. It's you that just want to bash people because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want. Honestly, people are going to do what the hell they want. Like me, I'm going to keep live feeding. People don't like it, don't like it. To be honest with you, though, I think only twice I've only been bashed, and not by anybody big, but like I gotten 2 comments in my whole YouTube thing that were like, "You're disgusting." Okay, cool. Thanks for watching.
Now, now I wanna touch bases on something, and I want to get your opinion on it. Taking your snake outside, yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
To an extent. Once again, this is
no. Outside is outside, man. It ain't no in between. That's like
no.
What I'm not to an extent. No, ain't no in between.
What I'm saying is venomous to non-venomous.
No.
If I had, I'm not gonna
eliminate.
Okay, just normal constrictors. Yeah, fuck yeah, I take them outside. I do mine all the time. I walk around with Odin. I take Minerva out. I took almost all my snakes outside. My son, even when we go for walks, my oldest son, he has Apollo, a 4-gene male, and he walks outside with this snake around his neck. And dude, people are like, at first they're like, oh shit, that's a snake, and they're like, well, if that 9-year-old boy could do it, hey, can I, see the snake? That's really cool. I think it's a good thing. Like, you actually get to show positivity for that reptile.
I don't mean going to show the people. I mean it at your home, taking your snake out, landing in the grass, letting it crawl around. Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm kind of partial. My answer is no. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I think that when you take your snake, because instantly when you take a ball python, let's say you get it from a breeder or a PetSmart, that this snake has been in a rack or an enclosure its whole life. So I think that it's something that it hasn't been talked about in the hobby, and I think that for me, I think that I'm against it because for one, taking a snake outside adds extra stress on it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Snakes instantly any animal that's outside is what? They're looking for other predators. So instantly when you lay it in that grass, it's already stressed. Now it's looking to see if birds are coming down. Is there a hawk coming down? Or what about if there's like ticks in the grass or just unnecessary shit that can happen to your snake? So it's just like, do you think that taking it outside doesn't put extra stress on your snake?
Yes and no, but at the same time, I got to say no because I could tell you people in San Diego and Florida that it's so humid out there and it's so warm constantly all year round. They have their enclosures outside.
Yeah. Oh,
but
it's
that's the difference.
been in an enclosure his whole life, so it doesn't even know what outside is.
I still say yes, bro. Like, I mean, because you're not gonna watch a hawk come and take your snake away. If you see a hawk with your snake, you're gonna be like, all right, come on, it's time to go
I
back
ain't saying
inside.
that.
Like,
I'm saying snake is instantly like, okay, now I have to look
it
around.
stresses
I have
it
to
out. Yes.
my environment. I have to. It goes from being okay, I'm safe in my enclosure to now I'm outside and I have to make sure there's no predators around. I think that that's a lot of stress on an animal.
Oh, but yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, and honestly, it is stressful for the animal, but at the same time, man, I have to say no though at the same time because I think it's a good thing for the snake. I think
I
it's
thought, you know, some BPL. I thought about taking one of my ball pythons out in the grass, and I'm just super hesitant to do it.
okay. I think it's a good thing. Okay, so look at it like this. I've taken Odin outside, went to a park, a public park, and let him in the grass. And dude, he's fine. He just moves around nice and slow. He's not like he doesn't
You
look
don't
like
know
he's
he's
stressed
fine.
at
That snake
all.
can't tell you he's fine. He can't say BPL. I'm good, boy. I'm good, bro. I
I,
fit.
okay, not to toot my own horn, and you guys could all laugh and be like, "You're fucking stupid." The reason why I name myself BPL is, and you could be like, "You're fucking stupid." I feel like I'm part of a snake whisperer, bro. I could feel them like I know when they're stressed out. I know when to feed them. I know when they're not going to eat. Like my wife was like, "Hey, how about you feed fuck, I can't remember her name. I have too many different goddess and gods names. Like it's so hard for me to remember. But like she's like, maybe she's hungry. I'm like, no, she's not. She's like, just try. Go. I put the rat in there. This was like 2 nights ago. She didn't wasn't even interested in it. All she wanted to do was be held. Where'd he go? I think we lost Derek. Did I say something fucked up? I don't know. I'm just saying it could go either or. It could go both ways. I think taking your snake out can be stressful outside, but at the same time, it could do a lot of good for the snake as well. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know where Derek went, so hopefully he joins back up in a few minutes. I'll wait for him. If not, we'll end the show. But I mean, tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's stressful for your snake to be putting it outside, letting it go through your backyard, front yard, in the grass, whatever? Do you think that's a stressful thing for your snake? And it's not just one species we're talking about, but for me, ball python, you know, yeah, I think it goes both ways, but I think it's a good thing for them as well. Like they get the natural sunlight, they get to be out. I don't know, just I think it's a good thing. It's like having a dog, right? Are you going to let your dog outside ever, or are you just going to keep it inside? Do you have a house cat and it never goes outside? Well, why won't you let it outside? You're afraid that it won't come back? Like what? I don't know. I think I lost Derek though. um, you guys tell me your opinions. It can be very stressful. It is a new environment and they feel vulnerable. I get it. I get that. Yeah. Um, I also think yeah, I mean, I get that. I do, DA. But I also feel like it could be beneficial for the snake. Like knowing what's going on around them and all that. Like it's not all, I feel like you also put stress on your animal when you feel stressed about them. Like same with dogs, cats, whatever. Like if you let's just say you have a dog, you're laying in bed, you get up and your dog gets up with you and it's like, what's going on? Why'd you just jump out of bed like that or sit up really quick? Like same with your snake. That's how I feel. That doesn't mean it's right though. We're just having a conversation. House cats should never be outside. But I would never have a cat. I'm not a cat person. Um, but there's people that I know personally that have cats that come inside and go outside and come right back. I think it's like we were saying earlier about some of the topics on Nerd. It's like, or the feeding rats ASFs. It's a catch-22. So that's just my opinion, though. That doesn't make it real. That doesn't make it legit. That's just my personal opinion. Um, but I think it could do good. I really do. I think it could do good, and that's just me. So I don't think Derek's coming back though. So have been going an hour. That's what we normally go for. You guys all have a great night. I'm Ball Python left. Derek left. I don't know why. Cats kill wildlife. Very bad for them. Yes, they do. I don't like cats. I think cats are really disgusting creatures. That's just my opinion. Once again, that doesn't make it real or legit. But yes, I do not like cats, and that's, you don't know what your cat's gonna eat when you let it outside. What if it eats a bird or a rat or something or a mouse and it has a disease and it comes back and you let that cat like lick you? I don't know. Do cats lick you? I don't fucking know. I don't have a cat. I don't like cats. But like, yeah, no, I mean they are bad for the environment. I agree. Very disgusting. But I'm Ball Python Love. I'm gonna call Derek, see what's up. You guys all have a good night. Until next time. Hopefully you guys, before you guys all leave, check out this intro though. Oh shit. Oh, I want to see what you guys think because I made it for our show and.